I did it. I just did my first sub 30-minute run. Welcome back to Project Ironman. I think it might actually be a Gear Princess review, but today's gear in question, nutrition. I have heard interesting things about gels. I know that they're very important for performance, not over the 5K distance that we will be testing them on, but for the longer period. We're going to be running triathlons, half marathons, full marathons, and then 70.3s and full Ironman. Gels are going to be important. So we will be comparing 3 of the bigger brands. You've got the Hyrox MyProtein. You have Science and Sport, tried and tested. And a bit of a newcomer to the block that I'm excited about, Kendall Mint Company. We're going to be seeing how they all stack up. Mainly, it's gut feel. I've heard that gels make you shit yourself, which I'm a bit scared about, and that's why I'm only running 5K, because I don't want to get too far away from the house, just in case. Bringing in the stats and the figures from these main videos? Bringing in the MyProtein Hyrox. We've got a carb and a caffeine gel from each brand. Stats for each are going to be in the description and up here. Coming in next, Science and Sport. Again, carb, caffeine. Find out which one works best. Stats up here. Please pause if you need to grab those. Kendall Mint Company. I have used Kendall Mint cakes since I was a scout, and now there is a Kendall brand starting to make sports nutrition, which could be quite exciting. They also pride themselves on being very easy to digest, which is a big, big win for me, if they are easy to digest. We'll find out. Between you and me, this is the one that I'm really worried about. Apparently it doesn't taste very good, it feels a bit weird, and then it makes you feel a bit weird. And yeah, let's hit the road. I don't want to hit my Sony. I'll hit the action cam. I'm terrified that if I actually hit this camera, death. Boop. Okay, first ever gel. Sour cherry, tasted delicious, but I am a bit scared because it's got, how do I get that in focus? It's got 230 milligram of coffee in it.
This is for 5K.
Do you remember those ones that you squeezed and then you lick them?
Well, like catnip.
No. There was like a lollipop and you'd squeeze drops of sour stuff on them.
No, but those are the only gels that have ever worked for me. Well, not worked, stomached.
Oh, it tastes nice. Alright. Gel number 2. This is the Caffeine Sports and Science. This is the one that I'm a bit worried about. That does not taste anywhere near as good. It's quite bland. And it's thick. Even if it sits well, that is not as good as the MyProtein in terms of actually consuming it. Gel number 2, I'm a bit late setting out for this run because I don't think gel number 1 agreed with me. This is how scared I am. These do not taste good. These taste really, really bad. Oh, they're slimy. And they're bland. And they're kind of medicinal. Even if this doesn't sit, like even if this sits well in my stomach, this is not the one for me. That is not an enjoyable experience.
A few moments later.
I did it. I just did my first sub 30-minute run. It was actually 27 minutes and 15 seconds. And I think the main reason for doing it is that I was really, really scared that myself. So SiS gels, great motivation, terrible on the stomach. We'll see how Kendall Mintcake does next. Wilf's really displeased with this process. He's walked away from me.
I just don't want to be in the proximity when you yourself from out of jail.
I don't know, I survived the SIS just so we'll be alright. Kendall Mintcake, raspberry and mint. Does that sound like a good combo? Raspberry and mint?
Raspberry and mint?
Yeah.
We'll find out. You're allowed to breathe.
I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but it tastes like cowpole.
That tastes like nostalgia.
Gels. I've got my talking points. Tried the MyProtein Hyrox. That was very good tasting. Went down smooth, settled well in the stomach. The only problem I found was that the pre-workout had 230 mg of caffeine, which is, I think, nearly 4 cans of Red Bull. For Hyrox, for HIIT training, that kind of thing, absolutely perfect. But for a run, even going max attack, I just thought it was too much caffeine. Everything else about their experience was really good. I think the perfect middle ground might be to have 2 of the normal gels and just a flat white if you're a bit tired in the morning. Sports and Science, they were next, was not an enjoyable experience. They were gloopy. I found them quite bland. They did not sit well in the stomach for me at all. But I did technically run a new personal best, although that was mainly out of fear. So for a short distance, great motivation, but over a longer endurance event, that is not a zone you want to be sitting in. Lastly, Kendall Mintcake. This was a product I was really hoping would be the right one for me. It was very liquidy, very smooth. It sat really nicely in the stomach. But, and this is a big but, the gel was great. But the flavors were, sadly, they were terrible. The raspberry tasted a bit like cowpole. It was that sweet fruitiness, but then an undertone of mint gave it that sort of medicinal flavor profile. The citrus mint, I was so hopeful for. I was begging that it would taste like mojito. And it didn't taste like mojito. It tasted like someone had mixed toothpaste and warm limoncello. I didn't finish it. I got halfway in and I just couldn't. Final conclusions. Gels can be okay. The MyProtein Hyrox was the best for me so far. Sports and Science I would avoid, just me personally. And Kendall Mintcake, if you like medicine-y tasting gels, they are superb on the stomach. The flavour was not for me, but I encourage you to go out and try them for yourself. That is the first gel review. I think the go-ahead now will be the MyProtein Hyrox, but I might go ahead and try the Sturka gels as well. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for joining me on these runs, even though I don't think I actually filmed myself doing the runs, but there are Strava screenshots. Should I include Strava screenshots? Here, here, and here. Sure. Thank you for joining me on these runs, and I'd say see you again next time for another run, but next week's video is going to be a bit of a special one. It's been 10 years since I started recording videos and putting them on YouTube. That was a show I did when I was 14 called Hugh's Life Bites. I will be filming another one next week for the 10th anniversary. Hopefully you enjoy a bit of a different style of content, and I will see you for a run, I'm sure, very, very shortly. Thank you.